Word of warnings. If you are yet to play the game and you don't want it to be spoiled for you, spoilers ahead. The PlayStation 4 exclusive game, Detroit: Become Human, has given a reason for everyone to buy a PlayStation 4. The immersion in the story gives a valuable feel for the game, and the multiple endings make the players feel like their choices matter. The first mission even gets referenced later in the game. You play as 3 protagonists, each with their own skills and customizations. Connor, who hunts deviants; Marcus, who leads the deviants; and Kara, who wants to escape to Canada. One last time for those people who still don't want this spoiled. There are spoilers ahead, especially now that we're talking about the story. Detroit is branching choose-your-own story narrative. This follows 3 different protagonists, Connor, Marcus, and Kara. The introduction follows Connor on a hostage situation, and you have different options to approach. Simon, the deviant, realizes he has been replaced and turned deviant. Although there are only 2 options, fail or succeed. If you save one of the guards that was shot, he will later reference this in the later chapter. Next, you play as Marcus, the android to be a famous artist. You have been tasked to pick up a paint from the shop. While you're walking, you are able to roam the world around you, showing that androids dominate most of the workforce. Homeless people who's lost jobs to androids, and even protesters against androids. After you pick up the paint, you catch a bus home. While heading to the bus, you get stopped by a group of protesters who proceed to kick you down until a police officer stops. This already shows the human-android relationship in the world. Next is Kara, a nanny android to an abusive home. You start in a shop that sells androids. While looking around, you see other androids being sold. You find out you've just been reactivated after being damaged in a car crash, and you are named by your owner's daughter. Already you can see the clear detail put into each episode. It feels nice to be able to sit down in the game and watch the detailed environment move around you. When you leave the car as Kara, the first thing you want to do is explore the scenery. Unfortunately, the game forces you to go as fast as you can to finish the story. This means you can't take in the scenery. Even in the first mission, if you're too slow at gathering evidence, the deviant takes a shot and you're punished by the game for doing so. Of course, it's acceptable for quick time events to have a limit because they're literally quick time events. But when you roam the world, soaking in the amazing world design, getting greeted by a hidden time limit is nothing but an insult. There is 0 point in creating an amazing world design if you're not going to let the player soak it in. Sony has created 6 motion axes in the PlayStation 4 controllers, but these work like that one lazy co-worker who somehow hasn't been fired. You basically have to throw your controller into the ceiling before the game recognizes your move. Sometimes you can't even see what button you have to press. This is usually because the game gives you no hints and expects the players to have the knowledge to look around. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if Detroit is the first game you've ever played, you would know that R2 is the bottom button on the right hand side. This doesn't degrade the game, but it's really disappointing when you fail a button prompt because yeeting your controller across the room wasn't enough of a motion for the controller to respond with a simple push forward. It's no secret that Sony praises their exclusives, and Detroit: Become Human is definitely one of them, topping UK sales charts. Detroit is Quadrant Stream's biggest success, which reflects the amount of effort put into the game. It is always common for PC users to complain about exclusives, and will continue complaining while exclusive games continue to be marketed. Exclusive games aren't a bad thing. It allows creators to keep less restrictions, like the 6-axis motion controls Detroit offer. Detroit: Become Human does have its flaws, but the clear detail put into each episode makes anyone want to load up this game in a year and still enjoy it. While I was editing this video, we surpassed 500 subscribers, and what a milestone that is to hit. And whilst I haven't made the actual 500 subscriber special as of yet, I want to thank you guys for getting me to 500 subscribers. Hopefully in a few days' time the special video will be out, and onwards to 1,000 everybody. Thank you. And as always, I hope you did enjoy this video, and until next time, Crazy Bear out.